Good evening, everyone. I'm Pastor Nancy, and this is my son, Daniel.
Hello.
We want to welcome you into our home this Good Friday. We want to say that we miss you all, and we're looking forward to the time where we're going to get together as a church family. But in the meantime, we have this media thing. But don't miss Sunday. We're going to be getting together for our our drive-by service on Sunday. So we're looking forward to seeing you between 11 and 11:30 at Faith. You know, we're living in some really strange times. And you'll hear in the news a lot the word unprecedented. Well, people say that what we're experiencing now in this country and throughout the world, something that's never been seen or heard of, things that have never been seen or heard of before. But you know, when I think about Jesus, when I think about 2,000 years ago, when he died, I imagine that people said that up until that time of his death and even afterwards, even more so afterward, those were unprecedented times. Things happened that had never been seen or heard of before. And so tonight we want to read a poem by James Weldon Johnson entitled The Crucifixion. Jesus, my gentle Jesus, walking in the garden, the dark of the Garden of Gethsemane, saying to his 3 disciples, sorrow is in my soul, even unto death. Tarry ye here a little while, and watch with me.
Jesus, my burdened Jesus, praying in the dark of the Garden of Gethsemane, saying, Father, O Father, this bitter cup, let it pass from me. Jesus, my sorrowing Jesus, the sweat like drops of blood upon his brow, talking with his Father, while the 3 disciples slept, saying, Father, O Father, not as I will, but let thy will be done. Oh, look at black-hearted Judas, sneaking through the dark of the garden, leading his crucifying mob. Oh God, strike him down. Why don't you strike him down? Before he plants his traitor's kiss upon my Jesus' cheek. And they take my blameless Jesus, and they drag him to the governor. Yes, to the mighty Roman governor, great Pilate seated in his hall, great Pilate on his judgment seat, said, in this man I find no fault. I find no fault in him. And Pilate washed his hands.
But they cried out, saying, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. His blood be on our heads. And they beat my loving Jesus. They spit on my precious Jesus. They dressed him up in a purple robe, and they put a crown of thorns upon his head, and they pressed it down. Oh, they pressed it down, and they mocked my sweet King Jesus.
Up Golgotha's rugged road, I see my Jesus go. I see him sink beneath the load. I see my drooping Jesus sink. And then they laid hold on Simon. Black Simon, yes, Black Simon. They put the cross on Simon, and Simon bore the cross. On Calvary, they crucified my Jesus. They nailed him to the cruel tree. And the hammer rang through Jerusalem streets. The hammer rang through Jerusalem streets.
Jesus, my lamb like Jesus, shivering as the nails go through his hands. Jesus, my lamb like Jesus, shivering as the nails go through his feet. Jesus, my darling Jesus. Mary, weeping Mary, sees her poor little Jesus on the cross. Mary, weeping Mary, sees her sweet baby Jesus on that cruel cross, hanging between two thieves and Jesus. Oh, my lonesome Jesus called out once more to his Father, saying, "Oh, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" And he dropped his head and he died. There was no groaning as the Roman spear plunged into his side. Jesus, my darling Jesus, the blood and the water came pouring from his wound. Oh, look how they done my Jesus. And the veil of the temple was split in two. The midday sun refused to shine. The thunder rumbled, and the lightning wrote an unknown language in the sky. What a day, Lord, what a day when my blessed Jesus died. Oh, I tremble. Yes, I tremble. I tremble. It causes me to tremble when I think how Jesus died on the steps of Calvary. How Jesus died for sinners like you and sinners like me. Calvary, 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 Calvary. Surely he died on Calvary. Do you hear the hammering? Do you hear the hammering? Do you hear the hammering? Surely he died on Calvary. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you, and we'll see you soon.